Hey guys, Ryan here, and today I'm going to bring you a double replay in the STA-2 Tier A Preferential Japanese Premium Medium Tank. The reason I'm going to bring in a double replay today is that these games are played back to back, and once these two games are done, you'll never have to hear me talk about my controller ever again, because these are the last two games I played with the broken controller. Meaning, starting from tomorrow onwards, every game you see is with a fully functioning, perfectly okay control. So in this game, I'm playing with Kurdish and his Rheinmetall Borsig. I'm in the STA-2. We're on Prokhorovka, even. And there is no artillery, which is a very rare thing and possibly one of the greatest things you can get in this game. Prokhorovka and Malinovka without artillery is just so much nicer to play. I'm top tier as well, so I can go to the centre, use my gun to press try and spot. And that's exactly what I'm planning on doing. Get a shot to the light tank on the move, which is very helpful because the quicker you can kill enemy light tanks the better on these kind of maps. And the point of this video is going to be about not letting myself having to go AFK stop me from having a good game. Because at some point in this game, I'm going to receive an unexpected important phone call and have to leave. And basically, I'm going to assume that I'm probably dead and come back, find I'm still alive, and we're going to see how the game progresses from there. So right now, I'm using the STA-2's 10 degrees of gun depression just to work the ridge line. I don't have to watch out for arty, but they do have 3 TDs. I think all tier 8 ones or 2 tier 8 ones. So often I'm a bit wary of them, in case I pop up and they're in the corner and they shoot me, because they do a lot of damage. I don't want to stay up there too long whilst I'm spotted. And you'll see that 2 of our light tanks are dead. Now I'm backing up because this is the moment I get the call. And now if you look, it's 13:30 on the clock. And I'm going to skip forward. By the time we come back, it's actually going to be, I think, about 11 minutes in. So basically for 2.5 minutes I was AFK. We've lost more tanks. As I said at the very start, 2 of our light tanks died, which isn't great, but I can kind of make up for spotting because I'm in a top tier medium. So as I said, at this point I was just amazed I was on full hit points. But the good news is that means I actually feel confident we can still win this. Working over the black print. And again, their tank stores are spotted now, or at least 2 of them are, so I know where I need to be wary of. Iron Rain's a very dangerous tank because he can basically one-clip me, but he is also very easy to pan. And on me popping up to this ridge line and getting shots in, I am also spotting for the team. I did see that medium tank behind me. I know he's going to be a pain in the ass because it's a Comet, which means he's got really good gun depression. There he is. Low alpha though, so I don't really need to worry about him too much. I kind of want to get rid of the black prints first if I can, as the Comet finishes off Curtis. Now unfortunately the STAs come over, which means that's another tank with 10 degrees of gun depression, but he's going to be easier to pan hold down than the black prints. His black prints turret can actually be pretty trolly. It's actually the first British heavy that gets decent armor. The tier 5 and 6 Churchill are ridiculously easy to pan, but the black prince is the first one you actually get a decent bit of armor with. Rheinmetall Borsig pops up on the corner. I'm just praying that the team will rack him. Because again, with the Comet and the black prince being British tanks with low alpha, I don't mind getting shot at too much by them, but if these TDs shoot me, that's going to take a big chunk out of my hit points. So I'm going to try and get a shot at the Cannon and the Jagdpanzer. I'm trying to stay in the move. And you're going to see that my accuracy just isn't on point. You'll see that my aiming circle got a little bit bigger there. Again, that's because whenever I try to stay still, my tank's hull moves to the left. Not all the time, just sometimes. But like, just because it's at random intervals, it makes it quite annoying. The STAs try to get an angle. The black prince I see is firing. I'd love to pop him, get shot at him. As you see, his turret. Excuse me. As you see, with only his turret showing, he's actually a bit pain in the ass. But I need to be wary because, as I said, all 3 of our TDs are still alive. which means there's still an Iron Rain hidden somewhere. And as I say that, he gets spotted and I'm going straight for him. That's probably my biggest threat taken care of. Now our teammates are shooting the Tiger too, so I'd love to help. As you see my aiming circle fuck up again. Another Ramtel Borsik's been spotted the other side of the map, so now I know I can hide from him whilst focusing the Tiger 2 Kadoniak Panzer. And now it's just trying to pick the right targets. Who do I need to help? And I thought this Black Prince was looking the other direction, and I was wrong. Which is a bit of an issue. And as I'm looking at this fight, I'm sort of thinking, there's no way an IS-3 can realistically lose to a Comet. Because if he's faced him frontally, the Comet, even with premium rounds, is going to struggle to go through the front of the IS-3. Our team finally gets rid of this Black Prince who's being a pain in my ass. So I'm kind of with heat loaded, because I had it loaded for the Black Prince, which is not ideal. And now the Comet is dropped below the train tracks. And I've loaded back to AP. Now, the issue is, I want to push forward to spot the Ramtel Borsig, and I can take a shot from him. But even though I've got decent view range, the Ramtel Borsig has really good camo. But thankfully our IS-3 actually gets the spot. So I finish off the Rheinmetall. And now it's just a Comet left. IS-3 is a one shot. But as I stated before, I was pretty confident an IS-3 wouldn't lose to a Comet. And I managed to pull a pretty decent result from nothing. And as I said, I was expecting to be dead when I got back from the phone call. So just the fact I was even alive was pretty nice. And in the post-game results, I made 100,000 profit, 1900 damage, over 2500 assists or thereabouts, and I actually managed to come top of the team despite being AFK for 2.5 minutes. A nice game there. I got quite lucky in that none of the enemies came over the hill to kill me, and I also got quite lucky in that there was no artillery, because if one of the enemies came over and literally spotted me, artillery could have ruined me. So, bit of luck. Don't expect every time you go AFK to just come back and find yourself perfectly okay, because it probably won't happen. Now, the second game, excuse me, which is straight after this, is not going to be quite as lucky. We're in Swamp, it's Team Destruction, and last game got lucky with the matchmaking, no artillery, and top tier, in the STA-2, which is preferential whilst between with a regular tier 8 tank. This time you're going to see I'm going to get the full tier 10 matchmaking. Not like all tier 10s, but obviously Sensi doesn't really need to see tier 10s, but if you platoon with regular tier 8 tanks like I am, you do. However, the Sensi is actually alright at dealing with tier 10s because its premium pen is insane. 270 or 275 heat pen, but there's more than enough to deal with pretty much every tier 10 tank. You can even pen a mouse with that, if you can hit the weak points. So in this game, you're going to see I'm going to get a little bit better at being patient. And what I mean by that is, I'm going to get to my initial spotting position. They do have one artillery that I need to be quite scared of, especially since it's the auto-loading French one, I believe. And the STA-2 does not take artillery shells very well, as its armour is not very thick. And as I'm moving up to my ideal spotting position, just right next to this hill here. Now, if I don't spot anyone up here, usually I like to actually push onto the hill to my right and do a bit of spotting from there as their E4 gets spotted, or move over to where the FE215B is. Now obviously they're 2 tier 10 tanks. I don't really want to fuck with them, so I'm going to be quite content just to wait here until the teammates on the map, including higher tier teammates, actually catch up. So I'm just going to wait, hold it out. I'm not doing much at the moment, but obviously if that E4 shoots me, that's over half my hit points gone in one shot. Now you'll see in the map there's actually a TD now in front of where I'm at. He's close to the enemy. Now I'm going to have a quick peek for the E4 now the Super Conch's here, or Conqueror, I don't know which. And I didn't actually realise this at the time, but the E4 was actually facing away from us. He didn't have a fully submersible turret, so there's nothing you can really do here. It was the Conqueror with me. And I'm going to load heat for the FE215B. Just I'm going to be shooting down on top of his turret. It's fairly well angled, and I'm not quite sure if I'd be able to get the right gun angles here. So I've loaded the heat anyway for him. And as you can see, try and aim for the top of the turret. Get one shot in now, a whole bunch of our teammates are about to try and get some shots on him here. Seem a bit wary of any tanks might be to my left. So as I get one more shot in at him, and then I'm gonna leave the team to it. And now I'm thinking, what do I want to do? There is the hill at the other side where you see the 50Bs at. If I can get over across the swamp to the rock near that hill in order to spot it, that would be ideal for me. But I'm just going to take it slow, think out the situation, try and see where the enemies are, and see, will I be able to make it across there before I get spotted and wrecked by the enemy team? So, I'm waiting out a little bit, trying to decide what I want to do. I'm going to get to the bush and do a bit of spotting. Don't spot anyone. I then load heat because the 257 gets spotted. And he's on low hit points. Get shot to the 257. And now that he's behind cover and cannot shoot at me, I've decided to make the push across. Didn't realise how deep the water was there, as I actually slowed down quite substantially. So that could have been an issue if the Arty was aiming at me. So I've got no kills yet this game. But you know, when you're in a bottom tier tank, you have to expect not to have quite as good a game as you would when you're top tier, so I'm not too upset at the moment. I've been fairly useful so far, I think. Just trying to support the higher tier tanks. And like I said, I'm trying to make my way now to my spotting position. Open up the map, see where all the enemies are at. Curtis picks up the 416. And now I'm going to get ready for this STG. Pre-aim. Pops out a bit too much, I mean, he'll get shot and back up. And now I see the 50B. He can kill me in one magazine. But thankfully for me, he's going to come over and he's actually going to be focusing my friendly tank and not me. But what that means is I am actually going to be able to pick up a tier 10 tank kill. Which is great for XP. So that's one tier 10 tank kill down. See the IS-7, he's hull down. Even with the heat shells, nothing I can do. I am loading heat though because there's a 268 version 4 up there. I don't see too many of them on World of Tanks console, but their armor is ridiculous. Even the lower plate is really well armored. So I'm thinking about whether or not I could push 268. Obviously I'm worried that the STG and ISM shoot me in the side. Thankfully our teammates have me covered. At least they have that hill covered anyway. And now I'm pushing up. And I'm actually going to waste some heat shells here because as I pop up here, the 268 version 4 is actually not even looking at me. He's sideways on, so I got one shot into his side. I'm going to keep the heat loaded just in case he does turn for me. Try and get the tracks. I damaged his ammo rack, but I failed to track him. You see, I'm trying to aim for the drive wheel. That one does successfully track him. And I managed to pick up my second tier 10 kill of the game. Normally it's Centurion 7-1, and I'm looking at the IS-7. The IS-7's closer to me, so I decided to go for him. And I'm going to make a mistake here. I'm going to load back the heat shell because I decided I want to do damage, but then as I come around the corner, I changed my mind, decided I want to track him. And if I'm going for the tracks, I might as well just fire AP. So see, aim for his tracks. Track him. And then I'm going to try and track him again, but he moves forward a little bit, and his tracks absorb it without blowing off. Get one more shot into him. And teammate finishes him off. So I made a bit of a mistake there with the heat shells. If I was going for the tracking shot, I might as well just fire AP. but I was a bit indecisive at the end there. But it didn't cost me anything, so it's not too big a deal. And in this game, see, even though I fired a bit of hate, I still made 71,000 profit, 3,003 damage, 550 assistance, 2 kills, and a first class mastery, and I love a sleigh hose medal for killing 2 tanks 2 tiers higher than me in a medium. Double the team on XP, and as I said, starting tomorrow, all the games you see will be with a fully functioning controller, so you won't hear me complain about it anymore. So, thank you guys for watching, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next one.